Uh, what the? I woke up in a bed, presumably a hospital bed. I wonder where I was before I heard Zoro screaming. I looked to my right, presumably at Zoro screaming. I noticed the doctor sewing up the scars that he had from the fight from Mihawk. Presumably, it probably opened during the fight during Arlong. Arlong. Oh shit. Did we defeat him? I questioned myself. I really hope so, because if we didn't, it's gonna be a longer day than I expected. It was before I knew it, I heard the doctor say to Zoro, "You dumbass. Do you think this would have healed on its own? Seriously, pirates are supposed to be smarter than this. Don't you guys have a ship's doctor?" "A doctor? Never thought of that. Good idea." An all too familiar voice crashed in. I wanted to say hi to Luffy, to ask him if the fight with Arlong actually went as planned. But when I tried to speak up, my voice felt like shit. So I decided just to lay there out speaking and just wait and see on if we won or not. But depending on the circumstances, we probably did. I started to look around my surroundings, seeing what's there and not, and looking at my beat and bruised body. I could laugh if I could, but if I did, it'd probably hurt more. I looked as beat and battered as Zoro until I realized, my stuff. Where's my stuff? I could care less about the weapons, but what about the box? Before I knew it, Luffy already left by then. I started darting my eyes all over the room just to find it, until I noticed it on a little table in the corner. Thank God. I could rest easy, knowing nobody took it. Time skip. It's been 3 whole days, and absolutely no rest for the town for celebrating the defeat of Arlong. Zoro and I have already been healed up by now. We're at the point we can both walk and not pass out. Zoro's already off to the party, drinking himself till he can't walk no more, which that's gonna be a lot. I would rather avoid big events. It's not like I don't like them, it's just that I don't want to be around it. I was mostly off to the side, where nobody's really standing, but there's some people walking through. I was sitting on a bench off to the side, with all my stuff. I looked down on my lap, opening my bag, looking at the little box that my grandpa gave me long ago. I remember his exact words, "Protect this with my life." What's so dangerous or whatever is in this box? My overwhelming curiosity always gets the best of me. I've been holding out so long. I just want to know what's in it. I feel like Pandora in that one story. Well, might as well take the risk. Once the party dies down, I might go to the locksmith and ask him if he can conjure up something to open this thing. I heard a clearing of somebody's throat and I looked up. It was Sanji. "Do you mind if I sit here?" "Oh, no, not at all, Sanji." I scooted over, letting him have some room on the bench alongside me. When he sat down, he had one of his legs up and kept his head back, letting him breathe in the smoke from his cigarette. For some reason, he's acting weirder than usual. He's not all fawning all over me like he does with the rest of the women. He's acting more stranger. Don't get me wrong, I have no complaints about him fawning over me, or not fawning over me. It's just kind of unusual for him not to do it. Before I knew it, I broke the silence with asking him something. "I'm sorry, Sanji." He turned his head and looked at me with surprise and said, "You're sorry? Sorry for what?" "I'm sorry that I messed up and passed out during the fight. Even you and Zoro passed out and you still got up for just laying there and being kind of in your way. Isn't that pitiful?" I said it in a joking manner while closing my eyes. But once I opened them, I looked at Sanji and saw the most confused face I've ever seen. "I don't know why you feel that way, but you shouldn't. You were a great asset to the fight. If it wasn't thanks for you, we probably would have been dead. If you didn't distract him long enough, we couldn't have gotten up. And your skills with fighting is incredible, so don't think you are just a burden or weak or anything. Trust me, you are strong as any of us. believe that, okay? Once he said those words, I barely even realized it. A tear rolled down my cheek from emotions. It's been so long since I've done that before. But slowly, I gave him a soft smile, thanking him for his kind words. He gave me a smile too, before he went back to smoking. I turned around to look back at the crowd in all its joy, and I clenched my heart. What are these strange feelings that I'm having? What is this? I don't know what it is, but I don't want it to go away. But for now, I will just soak in the moment, enjoying it till tomorrow. It was before I knew it, before I got tired. Real tired. I crashed my head against something warm. I didn't know what it was, but I instantly fell asleep on it. Time skip. Before I knew it, it was already the next day. Luffy and the others were already packing the ship, preparing for our next trip to the Grand Line. But I had to make one stop before we go. It was the locksmith. Short time skip. What the hell is this lock made out of? This is definitely marine force type lock. Where did you even get this box, kid? Someone gave it to me long ago, but I want to know what's in it now. But this is gonna take me a long ass time to bust this open. I might have to even saw it. Just do your best not to destroy the contents in it. I'll do my best, kid, not to try to destroy anything what's in it. A couple minutes later, he finally popped it open, but not fully opening to reveal the contents inside. Here you go. You can open it right here or later. Doesn't matter to me. Thank you, sir. It's a great thing that you managed to get this open. So, how much do I need to pay you for this? Nonsense. It's on me. Since after all your crew saved our town, consider this as a gift to me to you. Oh, really? Thank you so much. I have to be going now. My crew should be leaving any moment. Again, thank you for your generosity. I quickly ran over to our ship, where I managed to get on board before they started leaving. The crew was discussing something while they were preparing to sail off, probably about Nami not being on board. I do care about her, but it's her life, and she can decide what she gets to do with it. If she comes back on the crew, great. If she doesn't, it would be sad, but I can't stop her. I was looking off to the side of the ship. Before I knew it, I noticed Nami standing in front of everybody. Set the sails! She shouted from a distance. Before even of us get to even the rope of the sail, she started running towards the ship. In the blink of everybody's eye, we already set the sails, almost leaving the dock beforehand. Nami started to swerve and bump into everybody that was trying to stop her to try to thank her and say goodbye. But she would not let them. She was intent on getting onto the ship. Once she got onto the edge of the dock, she jumped really high, and it felt like it was in slow motion before I knew it. The ship was already halfway out. I didn't even know if she was gonna make it in time, but depending on her, she would. She leaped onto the railing, jumping down very swiftly. Me, Luffy, and the others were staring at her in awe. It was a moment of silence before then. In 1 second, Nami lifted up her shirt just a little, for all the wallets that she pickpocketed out of everybody to fall out. Oh, Nami, you sly fox. Everybody on the island took a moment to realize that she pickpocketed all of them. She took out a berry and then kissed it, while looking back at her island and said, "Thanks a bunch." We were already halfway across the ocean before we hear everybody on the island screaming at her. Before we knew it, her father shouted at her, "You lousy pickpocket! We'll miss you!" The most sweetest goodbye I've ever heard yet. Before I knew it, we were off to the Grand Line. After Nami's sweet goodbye, I start to wonder to my own thoughts. I remembered about the box. It's already open. Might as well open it now. I nervously reached my hand towards the lid of it, slowly opening it. Once it was fully opened, I saw it was a devil fruit?